everybody, it's kitchen measuring day. So I have set up for you a spread here of different food items, and I am going to show you how we are going to measure them. So we are going to start with the butter. Okay, so the nice thing about butter, there's 4 sticks of butter in 1 pound, 1 box. The butter is labeled on the wrapper here. So there are 8 tablespoons in 1 stick of butter. So that means it's a half a cup in 1 stick. So butter is measured in the stick, and you can just cut what you need when you are measuring it. Next, we have brown sugar. Okay, so this is something you will always need to remember. We pack brown sugar, pack brown sugar. Okay, so you are going to take your spoon and you are going to take your dry measuring cup, and we are going to pack the brown sugar in. So that means push the brown sugar down into the measuring cup, and then you will use your spatula to level it off. Now with brown sugar, if you have packed it correctly, you will be able to dump it out and it will keep its shape. That means you have measured the brown sugar correctly in that you have packed it. Next, we have the granulated white sugar. For white sugar, it is okay if you scoop into the container. For white sugar, however, you still need to level it off with your spatula. Okay, so we pack brown sugar. We don't need to pack the white sugar. Okay, next we have, set it the way here, we have flour. Now, opposite of brown sugar, we do not pack flour, which means we cannot scoop this into the container. We must use our spoon and scoop into the flour, spoon it in. You can spoon it till it's a little bit over, and then we will use our spatula again to level it off. Okay, don't pack flour, don't pack flour, okay? Pack brown sugar, do not pack flour. Those are key measuring skills you will need in the kitchen and in life. Okay, now we are going to talk about other food items such as your fats, which might be things like Crisco, things like peanut butter. You would spoon and pack these into your dry measuring cups. Or you can use, I'm using the knife here, but the point is that you want to fill your dry measuring cup with ingredients. So again, this is peanut butter, or if you use sun butter or any nut butter alternative. Also, things like yogurt, you would put into the dry measuring cup, pack it in, and level it off. Okay, so that's things like peanut butter and your fats. Now, other food items like, I have over here, cereal, raisins, these items. Now you wouldn't want to pack Cheerios into your dry measuring cup, because if you pack the Cheerios, they will crumble. So you're just going to pour them in until they are leveled off. Okay, and then you can just level that off. So we don't want to pack things like cereal. Things like peanuts, you also would not pack. Raisins, you would just dump them in until they're leveled off. Okay, next we have things like baking powder and baking soda. The nice thing about these are the containers usually have either, like this one has this flat edge here, and the baking powder also has a flat edge. So you take your measuring spoons, and you are going to just dip in, and then you can level off the baking powder. Similarly, baking soda, you can just dip your measuring spoon in, and see that flat edge right there? You can just run it along the edge, and then you have a nice, flat, leveled off measurement of your baking soda. Okay. All right, now we are going to do our liquids. So we have, these are our liquid measuring cups. You can see here I have a variety of sizes, 1 cup all the way to 8 cups. You will use your liquid measuring cup for things like water, oil, any liquids. Okay, you're not going to measure flour, you're not going to measure sugar, none of that in your liquid measuring cup. Okay, milk, syrup, any liquids. So when measuring liquids, you are going to pour in your amount. So let's say we need a half a cup of oil. So you're going to pour it, and then you are going to look at the measuring cup at eye level. You want to make sure that it is right there on the red line. So eye level. If you look at it from the top, you won't get an accurate measurement. Okay, so you will use that for oil, water, liquids. Next, we have our seasonings. So small amounts of food items like cinnamon, salt. You are going to use your measuring spoons. Okay, so for salt, for example, you would dip it in, and then you're going to use your spatula. Notice we're using this spatula very often for leveling off. Okay, if you don't have a spatula at home, you could use a butter knife to level off. Okay, so things like your seasonings like salt, cinnamon. Now here is vanilla. Even though vanilla is liquidy, we usually measure small amounts of vanilla. So we can't measure a teaspoon of vanilla in our liquid measuring cup. That's too big. So we are going to use our measuring spoons to measure vanilla, even though it's a liquid. So you're just going to carefully pour the liquid into the measuring spoon. Okay, so there you go. We have measured our food items, and we are now ready to cut.